Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock, Drogheda. On this day, 59 years ago, on the 4th of March 1966, John Lennon of the Beatles was being interviewed by the Evening Standard, the London newspaper. And during that interview, he talked about a wide range of subjects, but there was one thing that he said that caused an absolute uproar. It was this. John Lennon said, "Christianity will go. It will vanish and shrink. We're more popular than Jesus now." So that obviously caused headlines that John Lennon had said that the Beatles were now more popular than Jesus. Took a while, but eventually news of that interview spread in the United States, and in Alabama, in Birmingham, Alabama, there were radio stations organised collection points where people could drop off their Beatles records so they could burn them all together. And this quite shocked the people back in the UK and shocked the Beatles. And so John Lennon thought he'd better make an apology, and he issued an apology. He said, "I'm not anti-Christ or anti-God or anti-religion." He said, "Christianity just seems to be shrinking, to be losing contact." Well, later on he would write in another one of his songs, "Imagine there's no religion." Well, he would have to imagine it because obviously he never saw religion disappear. John Lennon was killed many years ago. And the fact is that the Christian faith and the number of people following the Christian faith has increased and grown. In fact, there are more people following Jesus today than at any point in history before. In fact, a majority of the people living in the world today are followers of one religion or another, and more people following the Christian faith than any other faith in the world. There have been many times when people have predicted the downfall of Christianity. They've predicted that a secular society will have no place for God anymore. Years ago, there was a magazine cover that declared God is dead. And one of the sociologists who wrote that particular article later issued a book saying, well, God isn't actually dead at all, and is saying how wrong he had got it. You see, Christianity is not a fad. It's not a fashion. It's not a popularity contest. Christianity is declaring a message that changes lives forever. You know, there are people follow their favourite bands and they really think that the music of the band is going to change their lives forever. They reach a point where they're absolutely devastated when their favourite band splits up. And yes, the music business is very much all about popularity. But Christianity is not so much about popularity, even though it's more popular than it's ever been before. It's about truth. It's about the fact that here is something that brings the truth of God into our lives in such a way that it makes a profound change in who we are. It shapes us to be the people that we were always intended to be. Yes, there are churches that are closing. I look around, I see churches that have been turned into nightclubs and carpet warehouses and goodness knows what else. And also as I travel through Ireland, I see again and again factory buildings and shop fronts and all kinds of places that have been turned into churches to accommodate the growing interest in having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. No, the Beatles weren't more popular than Jesus back then, certainly aren't more popular than Jesus now, and never will be. But popularity is not the measure by which we measure truth. Real truth, changes our lives forever. And I'm glad to say today, the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ has changed my life. I pray that you will walk in that transformative power today in Jesus' name. May God bless you. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock, Drogheda.